I've come around to the northwest side of Reno on surface streets, and now I'm on Highway 395. A lot of traffic today, and pretty good shoulders. Okay, good morning. I'm in the Plumas National Forest. I'm about 65 miles from Reno, and I came up 395, and you can kind of see down in the valley here. I'm about 500 or 700 feet above the valley floor, and 395 runs north and south at the foot of these hills. I'm in the town of, not really a town, of Milford. Milford has a population of 70. There's no business in town. There is a post office and a fire station that have water faucets out front. At Milford, there's a road called Milford Grade Road. And I'm going to tell you there's a reason why they call it Milford Grade. Because it is a climb to get up here. I'm 2 miles from 395 at this point. And this is the point where the welcome to our entering Plumas National Forest is. As a matter of fact, there's a fence line right here 50 feet from me, and it drops right down to the road, which I can just make it out right there. As a matter of fact, there's the sign that says welcome to Plumas National Forest. And this road, you can see it right there. And I'm 2 miles in off 395. 1 more mile up this Milford Grade Road, which is paved. There's a free campground it's a National Forest campground, which is free, and it's called Laufman Campground. Last night was July the 4th, and I figured that the campground would have a bunch of people in it who would be shooting off guns and fireworks and being loud. And so I just came right to the entrance sign, and you can see all these big boulders, because I'm in the Sierras, and this is granite. Looks like granite. And there's some big boulders here. I just came off the road about 200 feet. There's very light traffic. And I pitched my tent right here. And now I'm getting back on Milford Grade Road, and I'm rolling down into town. I am 24 miles to the south or to the east of the town of Susanville. And let's get on the road. Okay, so I'm here in Susanville, California, and I am on the Bizz Johnson Trail. It's 26 miles long and follows the Susan River, which you can hear down there, but you can't see. I'm going to go out a couple miles out of town. Camping is allowed once you're out of city limits. It's all through BLM land and the Forest Service land. So you can disperse camp, and that is right off the BLM's website. I'll post a link in the description box below for the Bizz Johnson Trail, and you can read it for yourself. I don't know, I can't remember how far I'm going to go out. I'd like to get on Highway 44, which will take me up and over the mountain to Laufman National Park through the Laufman National Forest. So here we go, Bizz Johnson Trail. So camping is allowed here, and I'm going to read this to you. Camping allowed 1 mile west of Hobo Camp and ending 1 mile east of Devil's Corral Trailhead. It means there's approximately 20 miles worth of the trail that you can camp on pretty much anywhere. I'm right here on the western side of the outskirts of Susanville, so I could stop anywhere, although I'm planning to maybe go a little further than camping right on the trail. I might go up to Highway 44. Okay, so let's have a look around here and see what the trail looks like. This is a rail trail, so the grade is limited to about 2%, which is common for a trail that's been made out of an old railroad. It's pretty dry, except the Susan River flows right through here. It's a medium size. I would call it a big creek rather than a river. But that's a perfect water source. And I'm probably 3 miles from the trailhead. And so this is the Bizz Johnson Trail and what it looks like. This is, I think the website said that there's 12 bridges and 2 tunnels, and there's the first of the tunnels crossing over the Susan River. See, it's pretty dry here, mostly ponderosa pine, but there's also a smattering of fir, probably Douglas fir. Anyway, through the first tunnel. And here's the second tunnel, probably 200 feet, yeah, about 200 feet long. It's right after the first tunnel. So there's a scattering of mountain bikers. I guess I've seen 5. Plenty of places to camp, pull off the road. There's actually a really good spot, about 200 feet back. And you can see there's some there's some bicycle tracks on the road. And here's a nice scarlet Gila. I think it was Jolene who asked me about that a couple weeks ago. This area is quite beautiful. You can see these are ponderosas, and that right there is some kind of fir, probably Douglas. And I'm seeing other, these are all cottonwoods right here down by the river. And a lot of bird life. And basically I'm going to the town of Redding, which is about 120 miles from Susanville. In between there, almost right in the middle, is the national park called Laufman Volcanic National Park. About 65 miles out. I was planning, I could make probably Laufman in one day. I didn't leave town until noon. But basically what I'd like to do is go out. Every mile that I pedal today, I don't have to pedal tomorrow. So if I split this 60 mile pedal or 60 mile ride between here and Laufman National Park, might as well do it right in the middle. So I'd like to do 30 miles. I'm not sure exactly how far it is to the cutoff to Highway 44. I looked on Google Maps, and there is this actually is about 2 or 3 miles off the highway, and there's a cutoff road, so I'm hoping that's well marked. And then I'll get on Highway 44 and head up into the Laufman National Forest. Okay, so I'm here at a trailhead. Is this Mason Station trailhead? I can't remember. I'm still on the Bizz Johnson Trail. Remember, it's 26 miles. It goes from Susanville to Westwood. And you can kind of see a map here. This is Susanville. The trail runs right along the Susan River all the way right here, Westwood. And I'm right here, near Devil's Corral. And I was going to come off the trail and then take 44 up. But what I'm looking at this map, and I see from Westwood there's a road, 101, or a Forest Service road. Can't read it. That's only 2 miles. So what I'm going to do is continue from Susanville. I'm here. I'm going to go right up all the way to Westwood Junction, and then cut up and then take 44, which goes up to Laufman National Park. So here's what the trail looks like. It's sun dappled. There's some shade on it. There's I don't know how many benches. I guess there's probably been 10 benches. This one is nice because it's got this big look over this meadow. Okay, so I'm moving up. I'm climbing on the Bizz Johnson Trail, and as you can see, it's a much thicker forest. Here's the trail behind me, and there's what it looks like front. Right here is a this small plant with the smooth red bark. That's manzanita. I'm still probably 2 or 3 miles from the next place that was on the map. I can't remember. It's Gourmet or Gourmets. I think it's a U.S. Forest Service campground. And then another 6 miles from there to the town of Westwood Junction. And that's probably where I'm going to camp tonight. I'll probably go to Westwood and go into town and pick up some supplies and then come back this direction so that in the morning I'll wake up and then have to ride 2 miles into town and then take 101 north to where it junctions at Highway 44. Okay, so I'm here at Gourmets. It's a national forest campground, Laufman National Forest. And I've just pulled up here. I'm assuming it's right back here somewhere. I haven't seen anybody for about 3 hours. And I bet I'm gonna have the entire campground to myself. I think this is free, but I'm not sure. There is a little creek that runs by. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit.